Hare Krishna everyone. Hope you had a lovely day. Welcome to Soma Vedic Astrology channel. Today we will discuss about the placement of 12th lord in the 11th house. What do you mean by the Lord of the House in Vedic astrology? Now, each planet has got a responsibility of handling either one or two houses. So, this planets become the Lord of those houses. Now, look at this table to see which planet is the Lord of which zodiac sign. So, if you see this table, Mars is the Lord of two zodiac signs, which is Aries and Scorpio. Venus is the lord of two zodiac signs, Taurus and Libra. So, in this way, each of the planet has gotten a department to handle either one or two zodiac signs. Now let us try to understand that with an example. Now for example, if in your chart third lord is in the fourth house, so how you conclude whether third lord is in fourth house? So if you see, this is the first house where 12 is written, this is the second house where 1 is written, and this is the third house where 2 is written. Now what is 2? If we have a look at the table, then 2 is nothing but the Taurus zodiac sign. And who is the lord of Taurus zodiac sign? It is Venus. Okay, so what you will say then, lord of the third house is Venus. Okay, because it is the lord of the Taurus zodiac sign. And but where is Venus placed? Now Venus is placed in the fourth house of the birth chart. So this is how you will conclude that third lord is in the fourth house. So today we will check the placement of 12th lord in the 11th house, but before that I have already made a detailed video on both 12th house as well as the 11th house. Please go and check that out before proceeding with this video. Also, a small disclaimer, please note that this is a general prediction depending only on the placement of lords in a specific house. Accurate results will only come after considering the zodiac sign, planets, dignity of the planets, retrogression, combustion, aspect, nakshatra, ascendant, shardbal, conjunction, and your running time period, which is Mahadasha and Antardasha. 12th lord is the moksha house, and 11th house is a kama house. Kama means desire, so your desire is to seek truth in this lifetime. Now 12th house is a dusthana house. It has some negative elements which we can see, such as losses, accidents, secret things that we do, hospital, mental asylums. So all this, negative elements is associated with the 12th house. And that lord is going and sitting in the 11th house of upachaya house. So again it is going 12 places away, so it means that maybe there will be some issues, but not to worry on that. With time things are going to get better. And because it is going 12 places away, it means, loss of the significations of the 12th house, but it can cause a little bit of trouble to the significations of the 11th house. Now let us see some basic generic predictions of 12th lord going into the 11th house. So 12th lord shows expenses, and 11th house is the house of income. So this expense lord going and sitting in the house of income, it shows that there might be some, challenges to retain income. Whatever you're earning, there is a possibility that, most of it is, going into expenses. So the biggest remedy here is, because 12th lord also shows investments, you make sure that definitely you do the expense, but you do that expense in, by, maybe SIPs, or you know deducting your money in some investment instrument. So that is, in that way you can even satisfy the condition, and your money will also be retained. Now, 12th lord shows expenses, and 11th house is the house of friend circle. So, you might do expenses on your friend circle. So, you need to check that how much you can, you are capable, and only do that much amount of expenses. Try to save as much as money as possible, because this placement otherwise is not going to keep money in your hand. Now, 12th lord is the lord of isolation, detachment, and 11th house is the house of gains. Now, you have to detach yourself from the attitude of making, money minded attitude, where you are, going into some work only with the sole purpose to earn money. You have to detach from that. Only then you are going to get, your money. Now, 12th Lord shows jails, hospitals, isolated areas, monasteries, temples, spiritual places, and 11th house is the house of elder siblings. So, there is a possibility that elder sibling, might work in jails, hospital, or mental asylum, or a monastery, or in isolated place, or spiritual place, or in foreign lands. If this position is afflicted, then it might show that elder, sibling might land up in jail, but we need to see other combinations for that as well. Now, 12th lord shows spirituality, and 11th house is the house of friends. So, after certain point of time in your life, you will, you would like to have a circle of spiritual friends. Okay. Now, 12th lord shows spirituality, and 11th house is the house of, MNCs, large organizations. So, there is a possibility of working in some large spiritual organization. 12th lord shows your investment. Why it shows investment? Because it is second from the 11th house of income. So anything which is two places away shows the accumulated wealth of, that house. So that is the reason 12th lord shows investment, and 11th house is the house of income. So 12th lord now going into, your 11th house, it shows that the major chunk of money which you can make is by investing your money, at right places. So, when you can make more amount of money by investing the money. So for investment purpose, this is a good placement. And sometimes it also shows fluctuating income. So by taking lessons from that, there is a possibility that you try to find new sources of income. Now, 12th lord is, the lord of secrecy, and 11th house is the house of desires, wishes, desire fulfillment. So, you might have some secret, desire, which is very personal to you, which you are not willing to share with, the community, because 11th house shows community. And in fact, that you are not even sharing that with your own family. 12th Lord is the Lord of imagination, hidden areas, dream, intuition, and 11th house is the house of income. So, native might earn money using one's imaginative talent. So, let's say you can be, fantasy writer, fictional writer, because we know, right, there is a difference between writing a, biographies, or writing fictional books. So, in biographies, research oriented skills, I would say, will take a little more, precedence. But in, the fictional writing, you need to have, active imaginative ability, so to write and, think about those stories. So for that kind of work, this is a good placement. Now, 12th lord is shows spirituality, and 11th house is the house of wish fulfillment. So, it also can show that once you enter into the path of spirituality, there is a possibility of all your wishes getting fulfilled. Now, 12th Lord shows isolation, and 11th house is the house of community, network circle, entrepreneurship. So, there is a possibility that you might be an influencer who sits in an isolation and is doing some counseling or teaching work to the community at large. Maybe it can be spiritual related things as well, which you are counseling about. So here we are just saying different type of work that one can do with this placement. So which exactly placement suits best for you, for that we need to see many more details. Now, 12th Lord shows spirituality, and 11th house is the house of fame, community. So, there is a possibility of huge fame that you might get, in your community, even internationally, with the means of spirituality. If, conditions are good, if, let's say there is some affliction, then fame will get converted into defamation. Now, 12th Lord also shows huge falls, it shows expenses, and 11th house is the house of income. So, there is a possibility, of income fluctuation, ups and downs, okay, in the income source, obviously with which you are going to take experience, because 11th house is also an upachaya house. So you are going to get this experiences as you grow older in life. And then what you will do is you will try to pursue some another form of parallel, maybe source of income stream, so that you get going with life. Now, 12th Lord shows spirituality, and 11th house is the house of fame. It is a house of community and network circle. So, you might do some spiritual work for the community, which can give you fame. 12th Lord also shows secrecy, bed pleasures, and 11th house is the house of community and network circle. 11th house also shows fame. So there is a possibility of, your secret activities or scandals or bed pleasures coming out in public in front of a wider community. There is a possibility of defamation due to secret activities, scandals, bad pleasures. 12th Lord shows isolation, and 11th house is the house of friends, community. So there is a possibility of having fame in the huge community, but with this placement, your inner feeling can be, or your inner preference can be of isolation. Maybe you are famous in the community, but what you want is isolation. Now, 12th Lord shows foreign lands, and 11th house is the house of income, large organizations. So, there is a possibility of you working in a large organization in a foreign land, or it can also show a large organization which is, out of your native area, an international organization. Now, 12th Lord shows foreign, and 11th house shows, multinational corporations. So, there is a possibility to gain from the foreign large organizations. 12th Lord shows your secret enemies, and 11th house is the house of friends. So definitely be a little cautious when making someone coming into your close network circle. Okay, it is possible that one of your friend make turn into a secret enemy. Now, 12th Lord shows secrecy, and 11th house is the house of friends. So, you might have some secret friends unknown to the public. It is also possible that secret friends turn into a romantic partner, because 12th house is also the house of bed pleasure. So secret romantic friend can also be seen. Now, 12th Lord going into the 11th house is giving its seventh aspect on the fifth house of children, and love affairs. So 12th lord, signifies expenses. So during the running Mahadasha Antadasha of this lords, it can show that you are doing some expenses on your children, and it can also show that you might do some entrepreneurship or some business which will use creative work, because fifth house is also shows creative self expression. So where creative work is involved, where your communication is involved, because fifth house is also third from third, which is the bhavat bhavam of the third house, which shows higher form of communication. So these things will be involved um with the significations of the 12th lord. Maybe, so let's say you're doing some business related to spirituality, where creative work and communication is involved. So all these things we can see from this placement. I will in future make separate videos with different type of planets as the 12th lord in the 11th house. If you have this placement in your chart, please do mention your experiences in the comment section. I hope you guys must have liked the video. Please do not forget to subscribe the channel. Also, please do let me know in the comment section below what more videos would you like to see. Thank you.